Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything on all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. Former Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Babachir Lawal, was on Arise Television to talk about 1 year in office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And Babachir Lawal did not disappoint in his assessment. He spoke truth to power. He reminded us of some of the things he had earlier said about the Tinubu administration from the outset. And he scored the administration 0 in performance. And beside that, he drew attention to the fact that all the parameters to assess Tinubu, he has not performed in any credible way. There is nothing to commend his administration for. And he reminded the anchor who was talking about that how Tinubu won the election, telling him that Tinubu did not win the election, that if that election was free and fair, that Tinubu could not have won it. That what Tinubu did was that he snatched it and he ran with it. He's talking about power. So he said so many other things that if you are really an unbiased person and you want to truly assess the Tinubu administration, you will hardly disagree with Babachir Lawal in all the points he made in his assessment of the 1 year anniversary of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration. Now, where I was disappointed was when it came to the issue of 2027 presidential election. Don't forget, Babachir Lawal was among those who supported the presidential candidate of Labour Party Peter Obi in the last election. And he played the role that he could to stop the Muslim tickets of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which was basically one of the major reasons why he was against Tinubu coming to power. He was opposed to the Muslim ticket. That's not good for the country. And from the poor performance of Tinubu, he also said that it has confirmed what he was talking about, that Tinubu is not going to achieve anything, that anybody who came to power on the basis of a milocon is not likely to achieve any reasonable thing, and that even the ministers that he assembled are working with the milocon mentality, that it is their turn. So that you don't expect anything different. And he concluded that he can't even see any minister who he can commend in the Tinubu administration. Then where my disappointment with him started was basically when they asked him about the 2027, because right now they say he is promoting a northern candidate for 2027. He wants power to return to the north in 2027. And that was where he lost me. And his reason was incredulous, in the sense that he didn't even give any reason. Of course, we're going to talk about some of the reasons he gave for wanting power to return to the North, barely 4 years after power returned to the North from Muhammadu Buhari to this, returned to the South from Muhammadu Buhari, who is a Northerner. Don't forget that Muhammadu Buhari was president for 8 years. If you recall, it was because of Jonathan being a Southerner and the Northerners feeling that they were shortchanged. That was why Atiku Abubakar and co broke away from PDP to go and form APC with Tinubu and co, in which eventually Buhari emerged the candidate of APC. Now, to think about Lawal, Babachir Lawal, that power should return to the North after just 4 years, I find it shocking that he will say something like that. But we have to look at the reasons he gave. None of those reasons, as far as I'm concerned, is justified. But we have to give him, look at one of the things he said. First of all, he said that politics is dynamics, which means he has turned full cycle from supporting a Southern candidate, from supporting Peter Obi, to now saying that power must return to the North, literally, in 2027. And he said that one of the reasons why power must return to the North, or why they are going to fight for power to return to the North, is because the North, under Tinubu administration, is disadvantaged in security, in issue of poverty, that poverty hardship has enveloped the North in an unprecedented fashion. Of course, he is saying this thing as if North was on a Dorado under Buhari. North was still in poverty under Buhari. It was under Buhari that Nigeria became the poverty capital of the world. So that poverty has increased under Buhari, under Tinubu, and that insecurity has increased doesn't make sense, because under Buhari, a Northerner, 63,111 Nigerians were killed in 8 years. And this was under a general who was elected on the basis that Goodluck Jonathan was a bloody civilian. He don't know how to handle security. But more people were killed under Buhari than under Goodluck Jonathan. So the insecurity is talking about that the North is feeling so insecure, so poor, that the hardship he's seen in the North, he has never seen it in his life. It is not a new thing, because this issue of poverty, begging and all that he said has become so rampant that people you never expected will ever beg in the North are now begging. He said because of that, power should come back to the North. And then he talked about the fact that Northerners are impoverished and that they cannot get anything. He said before, a Northerner can come to Abuja and get a contract and do one or two things and get money. Now Northerners don't get anything. So he now gave what I consider a bombshell. He said the North cannot risk another 8 years for Tinubu, or even for a certain president. And he now talk about the nepotism in Tinubu administration, that all the people many people who are getting anything are those who are children of friends of Tinubu, are the ones getting all the juicy positions. And that if you don't know, if you're not friend to Tinubu, your children can't get anything and all that. So he was emphasizing that nepotism has increased unprecedentedly, in an unprecedented fashion under Tinubu. But nepotism has been the hallmark of the APC. The only thing is just change the personalities. Because the Buhari administration, part of which that Babachir Lawal served, was notorious for nepotism. It was notorious for clannishness. It was notorious for taking care of a selected few Nigerians who he claims to know. So it's not a new thing that Tinubu has populated his own administration with people people he knows from Lagos. The same kind of thing that Buhari did. But this Babachir Lawal is saying that North cannot be another 4 years. That they don't even know how they are going to survive in the next 3 years of Tinubu, sorry. They say that farming activity has collapsed in the North. He talked about a bag of fertilizer going for 39,000 and all that farmers are finding it difficult. And that it's not only farmers that are finding it difficult, the ordinary civil servants in the North and everything, they are just not finding life easy. That to me is not a genuine excuse to say that power must return or should return to the North in 2027. This is because the North have had their fair share of 8 years under Buhari. And the power should stay in the South for 8 years. Then they can return to the North in 2031. That is how I expected somebody like Babachir Lawal, who was opposed to Muslim ticket, as he rightly should, because most reasonable Nigerians know that Muslim ticket was a slap on the face of Nigeria's search for a united nation built on fairness, justice, and equity. It was also a violation of the federal character principle. He was right to stand on the path of truth, on the path of the Constitution, when he opposed Tinubu's Muslim ticket. But in saying that power should return to this North after just 4 years in southern Nigeria, he's not being fair to southern Nigerians. He's not taking into consideration the quest for nation building, the quest for unity and diversity in Nigeria. Because one of the things he said that shocked me was that he said that the North will be completely annihilated if South is given another 4 years. That, to me, that's an alarmist position coming from him. How can the North be completely annihilated if South is given another 4 years? And when he was asked about Peter Obi, that Peter Obi, he supported Peter Obi, he said yes, but he can't support Peter Obi again because power has to come to the North. He said, I didn't join, in his words, I didn't join politics because of Peter Obi. And of course, I understand, I admire the fact that he acknowledged that Peter Obi won the last election, if it was free and fair, that he won the election. But his stand, his alarmist stand, in the sense that the North will be annihilated. Who will annihilate the North? The North are still in charge of the commanding structure of Nigeria, and even the insecurity he's complaining about. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the commander-in-chief. But if you look at this security architecture, they are populated largely by the North, the DG, DSS, National Security Advisor, the Chief of Air Staff, Chief of Defense Staff, and the National Intelligence Agency, and all these security architecture largely are controlled by Northerners. And they were in commanding height also during the time of Buhari. Even right now, both the Minister of Defense and the Minister of State for Defense, they are all Northerners. So the North is in a position to influence the security of the North, even under this administration. But the insecurity that is happening, the insecurity that is getting worse in the country is largely the failure of the Tinubu administration. And there is no guarantee that if a Northerner is the president, it will be any different. Buhari was there for 8 years and they killed 63,111 Nigerians, most of them Northerners. So what are we talking about? So Babachir Lawal completely went off course in this particular position. This thing he is championing. And he was saying that the remaining 3 years of Tinubu, I don't know how we Northerners are going to survive. You Northerners will survive the same way you have survived. You survived 8 years of Buhari. The only thing that will be done is to pressure the government of the day to do more about security. Of course, what he said was an indictment of the Tinubu administration in the area of security. But that is not a justification to say that power should stay only 4 years in the South. That's not being fair to Southern Nigerians. It's not being fair to fairness, justice, and equity. And he was talking about the neglect of agriculture. Perhaps they were getting subsidy on fertilizer before. Now they are not getting it. Now, if it is that's a problem. In a Southern president, somebody like Peter Obi, being a Southern president, will do more to encourage agriculture in Northern Nigeria. We have seen Peter Obi at every opportunity talk about the fact that the vast land of Northern Nigeria is the new gold for Nigeria, is the new oil. So somebody like Peter Obi has a vision of turning the vast land of Northern Nigeria to the new oil. So he will support agriculture. He will promote agriculture. He will encourage agriculture in all its ramifications. So instead of pushing for a Northern president in 2027, Babachir Lawal ought to have stood by the side of Peter Obi so that Peter Obi can give it a try again in 2027. And this time around, as I keep saying, ensure that all the loopholes that the APC use and the INEC use in allegedly manipulating the outcome against the will of Nigerian people is blocked. And then Nigerians insist that they will defend their vote. And if Nigerians are committed to defending their vote, even the APC and INEC will be scared to do anything unusual, anything against the people at every polling unit in Nigeria. They will not have the guts to do it. They will not. They will not. I'm telling you, from what I can observe, they will not have the guts to do it if Nigerian people are committed. So that's what I expected somebody like Babachir Lawal to be talking about now. But unfortunately, what he wants is power to return to the North. And the way he says it is like if you return to the North, it's like a silver bullet. When you shoot it, and when they return to the North in 2027, North will become an El Dorado. Poverty will disappear, begging will disappear, hardship will disappear. I don't think so. Buhari was there for 8 years. He was the one that took Nigeria, the largest economy in Africa, and turned it to the poverty capital of the world. And we had about 3 or 4 recessions under his administration. He was the one that really showed us that APC have no direction when it comes to the economy. And they have continued in that direction under Tinubu, who promised to build on the legacies of Buhari. And that legacy is what Babachir Lawal is complaining about. And strangely, he thinks that the redemption will come from another northerner, instead of sticking with Peter Obi that he campaigned vigorously for in the last election. And when they asked him, which northern are you backing? Is it Atiku Abubakar that you rejected in 2023? He said that that God will provide. That you don't know the person, but God will provide. All you know that North must get the power back, because they cannot bear the suffering for the next 4 years. And he was saying that he don't even know how they're going to survive the next 3 years of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That, to me, coming from somebody of his intellect, to believe that power should return to the North after 4 years of the South, he is not being fair to Southern Nigerians. He is not being fair to Nigeria's quest for nation building, and nation building that is based on fairness, justice, and equity. That is my disagreement with the position of Babachir Lawal. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.